Hey, what's up, family? It's your homeboy Nino. Check this video out with me. It comes right off onto the tape.
So now this piece right here, we don't need this one, so you can throw that away.
Okay.
And then you're gonna grab your finger, like your pointer finger,
Okay.
and you see this empty spot. Now you're just going to put your nail to the mirror. Put your nail right in.
Point at it.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. So now the reason we made this square is because this, and like to see the mark.
Wow, the things you learn every day. I did not know that you could do something like that to even test to see if it's a double-sided mirror, to see if somebody's watching you on the other side of the wall. That's unbelievable. And in the world that we live in today, it's best that you check your surroundings and know your surroundings before you go anywhere these days, because it is an unbelievable world out there and there's a lot of unpredictable people. So we all have to be careful. For more interesting content like this, please don't forget to follow my page at Nino Live.
Just a good boy taking his friend for a ride. How? Look at this boat. Extremely skilled dog here. It even knows how to drive a boat. Wow. Son is intelligent.
I just saw a video of a woman explaining how left and right is just as clear to her as up and down. Genuinely, if I'm saying on your left, that's a guess.
Okay, I completely am with you there. I do not process left and right properly either. Every time someone says left or right to me, or I have to say left or right, I have to think back to the first time that I found out what left was, because I was running down the side of Matt Rupert's house. We were being chased by his older brother, and Matt is behind me and he says, "Turn left." And I looked ahead and I realized, oh, that must be left, because if we turned right, his brother would catch us. And from then on, that is what I think of every time I have to process left and right. I have to visually remember running down the side of Matt Rupert's house and turning left, so that must be right. That's what I have to do every single time. Now, here's the weird thing. I speak a little Spanish. I'm not fluent, but I was married to a Venezuelan for 26 years. And izquierda and derecha, they just exist in my mind like up and down. I never get confused. So my ex-wife had to figure out that when she was giving me directions, she either had to point or say it in Spanish. Make that make sense, right? Or left? I don't even know.
Did you know that if you take a sheet of paper and fold one corner down like this, and then you fold the other corner down like this, and then you take the whole thing and fold it in half like this, and then you cut the whole thing into thirds like this, you will get something geometric but also a little bit spiritual. All right, here we go. One straight cut to remove the left third. But unlike my last video, we're going to be doing two straight cuts here. Our second straight cut begins right now, right down the middle of this shape. Can you tell what's about to happen? All right, let me just tidy this up a little bit. Now, the largest piece can be unfolded into a Latin cross. But what's left can be rearranged to spell... Gosh. Now, because this cross is one of the 11 nets of a cube, it can be folded into a cube. Now, let's see if these can be rearranged into a different word. Now, what have we spelled?
If someone is popping into your head frequently, this is what it means. Remember that thoughts translate into energy. And when someone is thinking about you, they are sending you energy. And vice versa. So whenever someone is popping into your head, you're not crazy. You are feeling their energy, whether that's positive and or negative. And trust that. That is your intuition working. And also remind yourself every time you're thinking, ruminating, obsessing about someone, is this someone worthy of receiving your energy? If someone has hurt you, if someone has been negative in your life, remember that you have the power to not give them energy.
Watch how he turns this leaf into a hat.
What up, y'all? So I'm from Bermuda, and I shouldn't be telling y'all this because I probably will get in trouble for this because it's our nation's secret, but I just feel like the people should know, the people should know, you know? So I'm from Bermuda, I'm a Bermudian, but we're also triangulans. Like if you're a part of the Bermuda Triangle, you're a triangulan, also known as like Atlantean. We're not every triangulan is an Atlantean, but we are also Atlanteans. Same way Italians are Europeans. But what I wanted to let y'all know is that like every Bermudian knows where Atlantis is. Like every Bermudian knows where the lost city is. And I just feel like people should know that. You know what I mean? Like by high school, every Bermudian knows. It's just like a rite of passage. So yeah, if anything happens to me, it's not the storm that's coming. Because we're like in the Bermuda Triangle, Bermudians are protected. Nothing happens to us. So like I said, if something does happen to me and I go missing.
Apparently there's a massive hole, the world's largest, deepest hole, gravity hole that is, in the Indian Ocean. It's been driving scientists nuts trying to figure out why. Gravity straight up is so much weaker there than anywhere else on Earth. So it's like, but like, don't blame the Indian Ocean. It's not you, it's your ancient history. Apparently it's all due to some ancient tectonic plate drama that went down millions and millions of years ago. They've been trying to figure this out since 1948 when this hole was discovered. It's about 750 miles off the southern tip of India. The spot itself is nearly as big as India at like 3 million square kilometers. Really spooky is that this gravity glitch is essentially making the sea level drop by 350 feet right there. So that's like 25 cubic miles of water just missing. And it's been like this for about 20 million years, all because chunks of ancient ocean floor got dragged down to Earth's mantle. 120 million years ago, the Indian plate decided to just like yeet itself from the supercontinent Gondwana, sent itself northward on a collision course with the Eurasian plate, essentially what created the Himalayas. But before it got there, it like bulldozed over another and, you know, stirred up some low density magma like one does. Kind of weird, kind of creepy, little cosmic smoothie for you.
I'm going to show you a little tarp folding trick. Grab the middle grommet on one side and the middle on the other, bring them together, then reach down, grab the center of the tarp, and pull back. Now your tarp is folded in half twice, perfectly. Then it's quick and easy folding from there.
Do you know why they started putting bells on cats?
To stop them from killing birds?
Pretty much, yeah. To stop them from hunting birds, because it's obviously a huge problem. And then the cats figured out how to avoid making the bell jingle. So what did they do?
Put bells on its feet?
Close. Added a second bell. The cats have never figured out how to get two bells to not ding.
I don't know how you figure out how to get one bell to not jingle.
That's we should ask the cats. They learn how to move that way. They already have the ability to do it. They just are like, oh, okay, I need to do this now.
It's like an animal that breaks its leg or something. You have to adapt in order to be able to hunt and survive, and the cats just do that. They've adapted to, oh, This noisy thing around my neck scares away all my prey, so they have to figure out a way around it.
Because the cats eventually learn how to not ring the bell, owners are encouraged to regularly change the bell or attach 2 bells. A cat cannot figure out how to do 2 bells.
The third thing that they do, if this cat's just a freaking genius, they put a light on there and the light just boom.
Put of confession. People come here, they sit down, they confess their sins to who? To the all-seeing eye. Do you see? The all what? All-seeing eye. You sit here, kneel down here, you confess to the all-seeing eye. Time for you to wake up. Oh.
What?
Better wake up.
I think this is the biggest revelation by far in the evidence that there is a clandestine, crazy stuff, illegal operation, you see, that has hidden and stolen from humanity the solutions to the biggest problems we are facing. This is crazy. And I think these, 5 whistleblowers who come forward and given evidence of their little involvement, what they saw, but I think the bigger picture is the fact that these technologicals are real. How? Oh, it means that we can have, as this extraterrestrial said, the Colonel Castle, when he had a meeting back in the 50s at White Sands. This is crazy. And the ET, the colonel said, when the ET said, will you help us with this? You know, and the colonel said, what is in it for me? You see? Very brusque, and he admits he was very arrogant. Brusque Air Force colonel and extraterrestrial said, a new world if you can take it. This is crazy. Look at the size of this thing. It's extremely big and hard to even fathom.
If you've got an Android, did you know that if you type out a unit of measurement like this, like say something centimeters, and then you hold and select that measurement, you get the option to convert it. Click on that there, and it gives you different conversions of that measurement. You can click on view more, and it gives you a whole list of different conversions. Easy peasy.
Did you know the first step to removing salmon skin is you have to have boiling water? And you're going to pour it right over the top, just like this. Pour it around each edge, just like so. You can literally take your fingers, grab the skin, and peel it right off, just like that. Well, there you go. It's that easy. It usually works easier than that. Enjoy.
The reason Christ had to be crucified is because he is the law and the law had to die. That's why Moses couldn't enter the promised land, because he represents the law. And the law has no place in the land of grace. It's destined to die in the desert. When a king speaks, his word becomes law. This is the reason Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. The king had decreed something, and even he couldn't go back on his own word, because once a king decrees something and speaks it into existence, it becomes law. The king himself must follow his own law. Jesus is literally the word of God that was spoken from his mouth. Let there be light. And so Jesus is the law, because he's the word spoken from the mouth of a king. Because of the perfection of the law, we had to die. The law literally had us dead to rights. And so rather than kill us according to the law, God crucified the law to save us. Unless Christ be crucified, we would not have been saved.
So I guess this man at this convenience store feeds birds that are exhausted. When the other birds found out about it, they also pretended to be exhausted. Shit, I might have to pretend to be exhausted myself.
Oh yeah, look at this. This is cool. There's the spaceship, you see it? It's right there. Yes it is. I guarantee it, Veronica. Look at it. No, that's what me. Look at it.
The pineal gland is actually powered by your thoughts. The problem is our thoughts are so human in nature. So where the demiurge comes in, the demiurge's goal is to keep you the absolute human, because the absolute human thought is a food source for the demiurge. And I'm gonna get in. I just want to put that out there because I'm gonna get to the demiurge in detail as well. So the pineal gland, based upon your thought process, based upon your advanced thought process, your thinking outside of the box, your visualization, your imagination, and your creativity is fed light, or is going to receive these, or you're feeding it light through your thoughts. Let me say that. And that light is the gasoline that gets it to open up to receive higher messages. If you think in humanity's terms all day, every day, the only information you're getting is from either your ego or your gray matter brain. Advanced thoughts, you must think outside of human thoughts. So if you're thinking about what black people need to do, we need to do this for the people, humanity, or human issues, Donald Trump, your gas bill, electric bill, and mortgage or rent, the police killing black people, all the shit that black people fill themselves up with, I don't even have to ask the individual how deep or how advanced they are. You're filled with human thoughts. Therefore, by me just understanding the concept of human thought versus spirituality, I already understand what frequency of spirituality you're on just by the shit that's coming out your mouth. Before you try to be scientific and say Hotep, Mayat, and Beloved, and Ashe, I already know. No matter how much you say that, you think like a human. Your human thought is dominant in you. Because you're having a human experience, you are not going to get away from human thought. But does your human thought dominate you, or does your spirituality dominate you? And when your spirituality dominates you, you think outside of the realm of just human concepts, or at least that's your attempt. And when you do that, you are actually reaching out to things beyond this reality. And if you reach out, you definitely, what you do is now create a vortex. And in that vortex, you're going to pull down your answer. But if you have human thought, because this happens sporadically as well, but if you have human thoughts, when your answer comes, what your brain or your ego tends to do is rationalize it within a human framework. Not because you're doing this to make it useful for you, because you're doing this because you don't have any other concept of how to operate. So, when I get a channel, which is what these are called, based upon an open pineal, based upon creating a thought frequency that opened up a vortex and gave me an answer. When I get that answer, and it may be weird or unorthodox or out of the norm, you still have to figure a way to put it in a human context so it can become usable in this realm, to turn it into all those things that sustain your human body and your family. But if you cannot take that, or at least acknowledge and understand this advanced concept that came to you and put it in a usable form, you're going to put it in a mundane form because that's all you know. That's as far as your mind or how you have chosen to expand your mind. So the more your mind expands, the more light frequencies you're dealing with or trying to grasp onto. Therefore, the more your pineal is fed and the more your pineal can reach out for more complex concepts. Now, the demiurge is the name for, in Gnosticism, and I believe it's a Greek word, actually. And Gnosticism, the Gnostics were later-day Coptic, what they call Coptic Egyptians, or later-day Egyptians. And they put down and spoke on many concepts of creation. Their whole thing was, look, there's no more temples, initiations, no more, this Egyptian thing is pretty much over. These are later-day Egyptians. So what we're going to do is talk about what the Egyptians were doing whole studies, initiations, schools, and lifetime learnings about. We're going to give it to you in a microwave version, concepts. And this became something called Gnosticism or Gnosis. Okay. And they have a mythology. In fact, out of Gnosticism, the Gospels were born. So the Gospels, as you know it, its origin comes from Gnosticism. Gnosticism was the mystical aspect of Christianity. Then this later day crap after it was rehashed, retold, and revisited, is nothing more than the later day, dumbed down, watered down slavery concept that came from something that was actually divine, something that was actually advanced and mystical, Gnosticism. And in the Gnostic mythology, they talk about the creator of this place that you are in now, Earth and the astral world. And they don't talk about it kindly at all. They tell you, in a nutshell, it's the vomit, the mistake, the abortion, and there's 20 other deflammatory ways they describe where it is you live and what it is you are as the human being. In the mythology, they talk about a false creator god. His name is Yaldabaoth, which later became Yahweh, Yahi, Vahi, from the Jewish thing. And they talk about his debauchery, his mistake, his ignorance, his wickedness, cruelty, and his sheer stupidity of creating what you call Earth. And these beings on planet Earth, these animals, to worship him. How do they worship him? They worship him through what you just call regular nature. When you see a lion chasing a zebra, and that zebra got that fear in his eyes as he's running for his life, just this natural thing that you come to accept as that's nature and that's where we are and how it is. It's an act of evil by the Gnostic standard. They say your very existence brings death just because you have to eat. You have to kill just to survive. That in its very essence, they tell you, is evil. And this creator God that's got you down here doing this has to be evil in nature. They tell you just because evil exists on this planet, just because the evil exists, that's either a cruel motherfucker that made this place or an incompetent motherfucker that made this place. Take your pick. So they go very hard in the detail on what they call this false creator God, and it is known as the demiurge. He is the demiurge, or the demiurge energy. The demiurge is, in the Greek, Zeus and his posse. Zeus just, when you hear how they're giving hell to the humans all the time, lightning bolts, raping bitches, having fathering these demigods and just bouncing on their ass. You follow what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's a whole system of Zeus tearing you up. And why is he doing this to the humans? Because Tantarus, or the underworld, is actually the human body. And who he's torturing is actually his father and mother, the Titans, which are actually us. We are the Titans. So everyone's, I'm a god, I'm a goddess. Technically, you're a Titan, if you want to get to it. Because if you read the Enuma Elish with the Sumerian mythology, and you read the old ones, Tiamat and Astaroth, I believe his name is, the two creators that were intermingling in the waters and created all these gods. And all these gods started creating other gods. And then these great old ones, great mother looked and said, this is fucked up. Look at these egomaniac motherfucking gods. We got to destroy them all. And she raised up an army. And then Ea raised up a...
So I have a video that I want to show you guys. You're going to want to watch it till the end. So this video took place in Colombia. It was actually in the Colombian news. This guy's at the gym by himself. There's no one else there. When he notices that these things on the left-hand side are swinging back and forth on their own, he ignores it, continues with his stretches. He sees it again. Now the light's flashing, but again, he's trying to ignore it. Just more focus on getting his fitness on, I guess. And they kind of fast forward the video a little bit there, because I guess he was doing that for a while. Then he walks over here. He sees that this ball rolls by itself. At this point, he's starting to get freaked out. He decides it's time to go. And then look. he gets dragged by some force. Whatever was there messing with him drags him. And then he runs away, of course.
Is this for drinking? Absolutely not. It's known as the finger bowl. Why? Because after using my hands, I'm going to cleanse my fingers. And the lemon here gives you that added citric feel, touch and smell.
Previous video, I could have drunk it. Look at this. Okay, some good vibes guy here is artistic in his ways of doing things. And he uses different pair of common stuff to make incredible arts. Isn't this fantastic and adorable, my friends? You see, the humans are just amazing. Their creativity and uniqueness is just incredible in different ways. That's why, my friend, you need to hit that like button if you believe in the uniqueness of humanity. Just like yourself, you see? This is just incredible. This is a good vibes guy. Oh, look at this. Man, now this one is incredible. Did you know this is possible, good people of art? Oh, man, this guy must have trained for quite some time to be this good at what he does, you see? Oh, good vibes. Extremely good vibes. What? Look at this flower here. My God. What is it doing? Okay, and in other places in the water, obviously, you see this extremely big mysterious fish, which, my friend, looks like is the one that swallowed our good vibes guy Jonah from the Bible. Look at the size of this thing compared to the size of other big but medium fish there. Crazy. And this dog here, so their owner was taking too long to prepare the meat, you see? They decided to test the salt for them. They even got their plate nearby, and it's good vibes.
You can't touch your pinky finger with your index finger when you clench your fist. Isn't that concerning?
Shining light through glass shards. Yo, look at how they look, my friends. Whoa, man, this thing is beautiful. Extremely. This is good vibes, man. It's like the reflection of light is extremely fascinating and good vibes. Just wonderful to watch. Man, this is a show by the universe. This good vibes.
So the way gaslighting works is it's a denial of a person's reality. That's step one. That by itself is not gaslighting. Now, the step two of gaslighting is then I tell you there's something wrong with you. So imagine a person in a relationship where there's infidelity and they say to their partner, is there anything going on that I should know about? No, there's nothing going on. Okay, step one. We're not gaslighted yet though.
Yeah.
Gaslighting is, but you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of living with an unhinged, paranoid lunatic. That's what I'm tired of.
Right.
There's the gaslight. Now, there's a step three, is that it's not a one-off. One time, yes, that's a gaslighting episode, but the true gaslighting abuse happens over time. And what happens then? You break the other person's spirit.
Interesting stuff today. Well, all those things that you have just seen here, my friends, are for entertainment purposes. And it's all alleged, you see? Now, if you have come across something intriguing, something rib-cracking, something unbelievable or has sent shivers down your spine, tell us in the comment section, you see? And my friend, up to this point, if you haven't hit the like button, you can also leave some comment and tell us why you haven't, you see? And if you don't have a really good reason, please do so. Hit that like button, leave comments, share the videos with your friends and family, just to extend love and the good message of peace, you see? Now, my friends, because doing so is impossible with our own help and intervention, it's good that we always seek help and intervention from God in everything we do, my friends. You see, it's why we always read from the book of knowledge here to be guided in our day-to-day activities. And today will not be an exception. So listen and listen closely. This is what the sovereign Lord says to these bones. I will make breath enter you, and you will come to life. I will attach tendons to you and make flesh come upon you and cover you with skin. I will put breath in you and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am the Lord. Ezekiel 37:5. Wow, wonderful. My friends, in everything and in every aspect and part of your life, that you feel like the bones or the flesh has departed the bones in that side. Well, God has a message for you here. Good vibes word. Everything is going to be alright. And what has been dispersed will be brought back to you. Now, my friend, before we give thanks to God Almighty and say thank you for everything, I'd like to tell you about a certain episode, which I think, by the way, my friend, you should not be missing out on. If you have seen up to this far and haven't checked out that episode, let me take off my glasses. You see, that episode is all about this. Not these hands, no, the head, you see? It's 2 episodes. One episode is starting with this head covered in some fur. The other episode is finishing with the head with nothing. Not nothing inside, I mean on top, like this, smooth. Check out those episodes that will be suggested at the end of this video. Now let's give thanks. Dear Lord Father, King of Kings, Mighty One of Earth, Father, all glory and honor belong unto you. Thank you for your strength, for your covering, for your kindness, mercies, and love, Father. Thank you for you are great and there is none above you, Father. Thank you for your wonderful souls, Father, that you created and feed this earth with, Father. Those that have been able to view this video and those that haven't, Father, bless them all abundantly. Intervene in their lives, Father. Reveal yourself to them, Father, and do great things for them. Also bless our channel and uplift us, Father. In Jesus' mighty name, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Peace be with you, my friend. Till next time, lots of love and blessings. I've been Y311H. Lots of, don't forget to check out these episodes here. They are good vibes. Bye bye. Peace.